Hi, if you're new around here, my name's Jack. This is a lifestyle channel that's focused on personal finance, adulting, and self-improvement. And today, let's talk about ideas. Specifically, how we could make our ideas into reality. Today is December 7. I'm currently recording this video. And last Thursday, December 3 my friend starts to comment on a video I made 4 years ago. And it reminds me of the time nung nag-aaral pala ako mag-edit ng video. So, isa yun sa mga pinakaunang video na na-edit ko and pinost ko sa Facebook. And ngayon, looking at the people around me, madalas they have an idea or they have something na gusto nilang gawin or gusto nilang matutunan. And sinasabi nila sa akin, it could be as simple as, gusto ko din matuto mag-edit ng video or gusto ko din mag-start ng investing or mag-trade ng stock market. Or it could be as simple as, gusto ko matutunan itong pagluluto ng certain dish na to. And the list goes on and on and on. Some people push through their ideas to become reality, but majority keeps their ideas still into ideas. And today, gusto kong pag-usapan why people push through their ideas and why some people keep stalling their ideas. First things first, if nabigay ka talaga ng effort, like really try your best, and ginawa mo yung initial step, ginawa mo yung first step, at least give yourself a pat on the back kasi alam ba, karamihan doesn't even bother to try to execute their ideas. And karamihan ng reason nila are just excuses. Okay, I'm not going to talk about this topic like I'm an expert at this topic, pero just think of me like your curious friend na madaming tanong sa mundo. Kasi totoo naman talaga, bakit nga ba madaming hindi nagtutuloy na idea nila? And I know it's really hard kasi based on my own experience, I really tried a lot of things in the recent years. And sa lahat talaga, yung initial step is the hardest step of all. So let's begin this story by me sharing my experience about this topic. Okay, the very first time I really wanted to make an idea na gusto kong gawin was when I was in college. And yung idea ko is I want to make an extra money. And totoo lang, hindi naman ko lang yung binibigay na allowance sa akin ng parents ko at that time. Pero gusto ko lang talagang kumita ng sarili kong money at that time. Okay, at that time, wala akong business idea or any plans how to make money. Ang alam ko lang talaga noon, all in my mind is gusto ko lang talagang kumita ng pera. And looking back, alam mo yun, this should not work. Saan ka naman nakakita ng taong gustong kumita ng pera pero wala siyang alam or wala siyang idea kung anong gagawin niya? So, what do people do na gusto kumita ng pera pero wala silang idea? Guess what I did? I asked. Literally, nagtanong lang ako. Sabi nga nila, diba, if may tanong ka, magtanong ka. And that's just basically what I did. Tinanong ko lahat ng friends ko, lahat ng classmates ko at that time nung college ako na kung meron ba silang business idea. And sakto, boom! Meron akong friend, si Francis. And sakto meron siyang friend, i-refer niya ako kay Mike, which is yung friend niya na merong business idea, which is yung t-shirt business idea nga. So, ayun, the rest is history. So, parang nag-connect yung dots, yung stars. And yun. So, if you wanted to know yung pinaka-story yung t-shirt business namin, I link its upper corner ng screen. So, panoorin nyo lang if you're interested to know the whole story ng t-shirt business na sinimulan namin. Okay, the next story that I wanted to talk about is yung creative side ko naman. So, how do I learn how to use a camera? How do I learn how to tell a story? How do I learn to edit a video? Even though yung college degree ko is an electronics engineering degree, diba? So, ang layo, diba? So, this part of my life started 4 years ago. So, that was way back in 2016. So, nangyari kasi nun is me and my friends went to a trip sa Palawan. So, this will be a mix of stories mushed in together. So, nagpunta kami doon to celebrate yung pagpasa ng mga friends ko sa board exams nila. And nagkataon si Monique, yung college friend ko, captured some videos during that trip and asked for the files and sinabi ko doon sa mga friends ko na gagawin ko ng travel video itong outing namin. At that time, wala pa akong idea about video editing software. Akala ko, madali lang to. But turns out, you have to watch a lot of YouTube tutorials para matuto mag-edit ng video. So, ang gamit ko pa nun is Sony Vegas Pro. And siguro what really made me push through it is yung sarili kong philosophy because I really value people who honor their words. And sinabi ko na dun sa mga friends ko na gagawin ko ng video yung outing namin. And sa akin na, kailangan kong panindigan yon. I'd rather struggle na matuto or pag-aralan yung pag-edit ng video than eat my own words na hindi ko magagawa yung sinabi ko. So if you look at my story, I actually learned how to edit first before I learned how to use a camera. So pagdating naman sa paggamit ng camera, I learned it together with my friends kasi sakto at that time, yung friend ko na si Kevin suddenly found an interest sa photography. So sama lang ako ng sama sa kanila and I just keep asking them questions. Boom, 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 boom. Shooter squad.
I'm shooter.
If you don't have any idea how they do photo walks, this is how they do it. So yung mga common questions ko sa kanila before is, ano ba tong shutter speed? Ano ba tong aperture? Ano ba tong ISO? Ano ba tong gumagana together? Kasi itong mga to yung mga kailangan mong i-dial in sa camera mo pag naka-manual mode ka. And also at that time, wala pa akong sarili kong camera, so I just kept borrowing yung camera ng Justine para lang may mapag-practice na ako and para matuto talaga akong gumamit ng camera. Siguro mga bandang 2018 na ako talagang naging comfortable to use manual mode sa mga camera ko. And ayun, kung titignan mo talaga, medyo matagal-tagal din yung learning curve ko sa pag-aaral ng camera. So at least alam ko sa sarili ko na it's really worth it. When it comes to my sales skill or sales career, I think sa lahat ito yung pinaka-skill na pinagtuunan ko ng most effort in just para lang matuto ako. Because I did sales for 2016 to 2019, so that's 3.5 years. And yung first 6 months ko, nanay ko lang yung nabentahan ko. And that's how fucking hard it was. My first sale na na-close ko aside sa mom ko, it took me 3 meetings para mo-close yung sale na yun. And as you look at it, I was not naturally good at sales. And alam mo yun, after a lot of presentations, after a lot of projections, eventually, I learned how to close a sale. This is one of the worst presentation na nare-remember ko sa sales career ko. So, I was presenting to my friend and kasama niya yung mom niya. And wala pa ako masyadong experience nito sa sales noon. So, early in my sales career pa to. Gumagamit pa ako ng presentation deck. And yun, kasi wala pa ako sariling style noon. So, gamit lang ako ng style ng iba. And alam mo yun, habang nagpe-present ako, para akong teacher noon. And I could clearly remember kung gaano ka-bored yung nanay ng friend ko. And isa yung sa mga worst feeling na nararamdaman mo as someone who presents sa harapan or basta yung ganong mga style of work na gustong-gusto na or umay na sa'yo yung nakikinig sa'yo. Yun, it was really a bad feeling na mararamdaman mo. What I learned from that experience is that hindi para sa akin yung presentation style. Doon ko natutunan na, this is not my strength yung pagpe-present. I'm more of a conversationalist pagdating sa sales. And yun, from that, natutunan ko na I have to lean in sa strengths ko, which is to do more conversation style ng pag-sale compared sa presentation kasi nakaka-bored talaga. So yun, alam mo yun, doon ko natutunan na kailangan mo hanapin yung strengths mo. So pag tinignan mo talaga yung learning process, it's more on repetition and correcting the mistakes na ginagawa mo along the way. Ito naman something casual na natutunan ko or inaral ko noong 2017. So I learned how to ride a penny board. So ito naman, tinuruan ako ng late friend ko na si Bom to ride a penny board. So ito naman kasi ang idea ko nito, it could be really useful sa filmmaking. And nung natutunan ko siya, it took me a lot of dapa and tumba dun sa penny board ko before I really learned how to ride the penny board with ease. Hindi na nga lang ako masyadong gumagamit or nagra-ride ng mga penny board ngayon kasi hindi talaga siya conducive sa quality of roads na mayroon tayo sa Pilipinas. Naghahanap lang ako ng aksidente kung tinuloy ko pa yon. Okay, here's my conclusion on how to start something new or an idea na gusto mong gawin. Siguro number 1 dito is first, you have to have a growth mindset. So para sa akin, what it means is that you have to believe na talent can be developed through hard work, through discipline, through repetition, and input from others. And as you could see, maganda example nito is kung paano ako natutong gumamit ng camera. So as you could see, it's for me, it's more on repetition, and going out with my friends para makuha ko yung input nila sa akin. And at the very least, you have to believe na anything could be learned if you put enough effort and time into it. And huwag ka magpapadala sa mga kasabihan na hanggang dyan lang yung alam mo, hanggang dyan lang yung tinuro mo, or ito lang yung kinuha mo, hanggang dyan lang yung kaya mo, hanggang dyan lang yung alam mo. Huwag ka magpapadala sa mga kasabihan na yun kasi I think if you learn how to use yung utak natin, you have a fucking brain, and if you learn how to use it, kung natuto tayo mag-isip, like the things that we can do to this world is limitless. Lastly, siguro, just pure willpower to do yung first step or initial step kasi it's always the hardest. Yung gusto kong analogy ko dito is like static and kinetic friction. Okay, let me try to explain yung concept ng kinetic friction and static friction sa inyo with the help of this box. Okay, first concept na gusto ko munang pag-usapan natin is yung concept ng static friction. So basically, yung concept na naman ng static friction is yung force applied dito sa non-moving object na to, which is yung box natin, kaya hindi siya nagalaw. So, in order for me to move this box, kailangan ko mag-apply ng force higher or greater than dun sa static friction na ito. Okay, the next concept na gusto ko naman pag-usapan is yung concept ng kinetic friction. So basically, kinetic friction lang naman is yung force against the moving direction ng object. Okay, I hope with the help of this box na explain ko sa inyo yung difference ng static friction and kinetic friction. Pero yung parang clear difference nila is that static friction is yung force applied to a non-moving object while kinetic friction is yung force applied to a moving object. Pero yung key takeaway na gusto ko talagang matandaan nyo dito, kasi yung concept dito is that static friction is always greater than kinetic friction. Lagi yung tatandaan yun. And kung titignan mo, di ba, para mapagalaw mo yung object sa isang direction, kailangan mo i-break yung static friction. It's the same with starting an idea. Meron kang force na kailangan mo i-break para magawa yung initial step or first step, which is always the hardest. Yun yung pinakamahirap lagi. So yun yung lagi yung tandaan na kailangan mo i-break yung static friction or yung static or yung pinaka-initial step na nag-resist sa inyo. Now, ano bang gusto kong sabihin? Ito lang naman, static friction is always greater than kinetic friction. It's the same analogy with starting an idea. So, yung initial step or first step is always greater than yung next step. So, once nagawa mo na yung first step, yung succeeding steps is always weaker. So, yung resistance is not that hard anymore. Now, bakit ko ba sinasabi itong mga to? Kasi malamang sa malamang in the coming weeks, meron naman tayong New Year's resolution and meron tayong mga ideas this year na hindi natin natuloy. And I wanted to encourage you na i-follow through mo yung New Year's resolution mo and yung mga ideas na hindi natin natuloy ngayon and make it into reality. Kasi I think one of the most important lessons of 2020 is that the world could change in an instant. And if we keep doing the things na gusto natin gawin, we might not be able to do it anymore. Alam mo yun, yung window of opportunity natin might suddenly close without us noticing it. And let's stop procrastinating anymore and let's start doing. So that's it for this video. I hope nagustuhan niyo yung concept, yung idea, or story behind this video. Please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel if nagustuhan niyo itong video na to. And last na lang, I'd like to ask for your help sana. I'm planning to make 5 videos this December and pangalawang video na to kung na-upload ko itong video na to. And I'm planning to make yung last video, yung 5th video to be a Q&A video as requested. And yun, I would really appreciate kung mag-leave kayo ng questions sa comment section. And ililive ko din yung link ng Q&A bank ko sa show notes and sa comment section. So yun lang, please leave a question sa comment section. See you in the next video. Peace out. Bye!